Okay, we will go on the record. This is the time and place set for hearings regarding the sale of tobacco products to minors pursuant to Fargo Municipal Code, Chapter 35, commonly referred to as tobacco compliance hearings. These are non-criminal proceedings in which the city, in this case represented by Mr. Will Wisher, the city has the burden to prove these violations by a preponderance of the evidence. This is a public hearing, meaning that any member of the public can comment regarding any matters before the court today. At the conclusion of today's hearing, I'll make an oral finding of fact, and then I will follow that up with written findings of facts, conclusions of law, and an order regarding today's hearing. Any order issued by the court is appealable as allowed by law. So we have 5 matters scheduled for today, and the first one on the list is Casey's General Store. Is there anyone from Casey's? So you can just come right up to the table here, and you can have a seat. Did you receive a copy of the notice of the hearing today?
I did.
And so the procedure that will follow is this. I'll have some questions for the city's city attorney, and then they'll provide sort of a factual basis of what they believe happened. After that happens, I'll give you an opportunity to sort of comment on that or explain anything you want to about what occurred. Your name?
Amanda Bowden.
And can you spell your last name for me?
B as in boy, O-D-E-N.
And what is your position with Casey's General Store?
District manager.
And Mr. Wisher, I have a copy in my file of the certified mail receipt that was submitted, but I don't have a copy of the notice. Do you know the date of the notice that was sent?
Yes, Your Honor. The date is February 28th, 2023. If you'd like, I can supplement the file after court.
No, that's not necessary. I do find, though, that the notice was provided. It was provided at least 15 days prior to today's hearing. So the allegation here is a sale of tobacco product to a minor. On behalf of the store, are you prepared to admit or deny that allegation?
Admit.
And this particular Casey's General Store is licensed to sell tobacco products by the state of North Dakota
Yes.
and sells tobacco products within the city of Fargo?
Yes.
So we'll hear from the city first, then I'll give you an opportunity to comment on that if you wish to do so. Mr. Wisher, what can you tell me about the facts of the violation?
On February 13th, 2023, at the Casey's General Store located at 1901 University Drive North, Fargo, North Dakota, a compliance check was conducted where a person under the age of 21 entered the store, asked for tobacco products. It appears the clerk checked the ID but did not scan it, and then provided the tobacco product to the person under the age of 21.
And with regard to this store, are you aware of any previous violations?
Yes, the city does allege this to be a second offense, or at least a first offense within the probationary period, which qualifies as a second offense, with that prior occurring in June 15th, 2022.
Ms. Bowden, do you agree with the city's statements regarding what happened?
Yes, I do.
And were you present at the time?
I was not.
Okay, anything you want to tell me about what happened?
It's similar to what he said. The individual checked the ID, but obviously didn't read it clearly, and then went ahead and entered a birthday and then did the sale. We have since then retrained and redid our age restriction courses to hopefully not do this again.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to tell me about it?
I think that's it.
Any other member of the public that wishes to comment regarding this matter? Hearing none, we'll close the evidentiary portion of this hearing. The court does find that this violation did occur and that it is a second offense. The penalty for a second offense is that the store's license would be put into a probationary period. It's already in a probationary period. That probationary period would be extended, and there would be a 3-day suspension of the store's ability to sell tobacco products. In addition, there's a $500 administrative penalty. So you'll get a written order in the mail sort of explaining all that, and that'll outline the 3 days that the store's license would be suspended. So I do thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
And the next one we'll call is Don's Convenience Center. Morning. And your name, sir?
Sean Lugert,
Your last name?
Lugert, Lugert,
And what is your position with Don's?
general manager.
And your name, sir?
Dan Durr, D-U-R-R,
And what is your position with Don's?
President.
And so one or both of you received a copy of the notice of the hearing today?
We did.
So you kind of saw the procedure that will follow here. We'll hear from the city first. Mr. Wisher, what can you tell me regarding the notice in this case?
Notice was sent on February 28th, 2023.
So I do find that notice was provided, and it was provided at least 15 days prior to today's hearing. So as indicated in the notice, the reason is we're here today is for a sale of tobacco products to minors. On behalf of the store, are you prepared to admit or deny that allegation?
Admit.
And this particular Don's, I would say Don's Car Wash, Don's Convenience Center, is this one licensed to sell tobacco products by the state of North Dakota
It is.
and sells tobacco products within the city of Fargo?
It does.
So again, we'll hear from the city first regarding the violation. Mr. Wisher.
On February 13th, 2023, a compliance check occurred at Don's Convenience Center located at 2500 52nd Avenue South, Fargo, North Dakota. The individual under the age of 21 entered the store, requested tobacco products. Looks like the clerk requested and briefly checked the purchaser's ID. Ultimately, the clerk did provide the tobacco products to the person under the age of 21.
And are you aware of any prior offenses?
No, Your Honor, this is alleged to be a first offense.
So on behalf of the store, are you agreeing or denying the facts as alleged by the city?
Yes, our clerk did sell the tobacco.
Okay. And were you present when it happened, or?
No, we watched the videotapes afterwards.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me about it or about what happened?
So I guess what happened is he took the ID, but he looked at it through the ID window instead of having him take it out. And he thought the last digit was a 1. So when he typed in the birth date, the system said he was of age and allowed him to proceed with the sale.
Okay. Anything else either one of you would like to tell me about it?
I don't think so. No.
Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment regarding this matter? Hearing none, we'll close the evidentiary portion of the hearing. Based on what I've heard today, I do find a violation occurred. It is a first offense. The penalty for a first offense is a $500 administrative fee, and this store's license would be put into a probationary period, 12 months from the date of the offense. And as you saw earlier, if there was another violation during the probationary period, that would result in a license suspension. So I do thank both of you for coming today, and that will take care of this matter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Family Dollar, number 5753. Anyone here on behalf of Family Dollar? So hearing none, we'll recall that one at the end. And we'll go on to, there's 2 Holiday Station stores, but we'll start with Holiday Station store number 124. Good morning. Your name, sir?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Your name, sir?
Jared Schultes.
And your position with Holiday Station store number 124?
I'm the district manager for Fargo Moorhead.
And your name, sir?
Stephen Langstaff,
And can you spell your last name for me?
Langstaff.
I'm sorry, Lang.
Staff.
Oh, I got you. And your position with the store?
I am the store manager.
And I have a copy in my file of the return receipt for the certified mail that was sent. It looks like that was sent looks like on the 28th. So I do find that notice was provided, and it was provided at least 15 days from, 15 days before today's hearing. On behalf of the store, the allegation here is a sale of tobacco products to a minor. Are you prepared to admit or deny that allegation?
Will admit.
And this particular store, is it licensed to sell tobacco products by the state of North Dakota
Yes.
and sells tobacco products within the city of Fargo?
Yes.
Mr. Wisher, what can you tell me about the violation?
On February 13th, 2023, a compliance check for tobacco was conducted at this location, Holiday 101 North University Drive, Fargo, North Dakota. The individual under the age of 21 entered the store, requested tobacco products. It's a little unclear whether the clerk didn't scan the ID at all or inputted the information incorrectly. In any case, the clerk provided the tobacco product to the individual who was under 21.
Is that your understanding of what happened?
Yes.
And Mr. Wisher, are you aware of any prior violations?
Yes, the city does allege this to be a second offense, with the prior date occurring on March 2nd, 2022.
So for either one of you, is there anything else you'd like to sort of tell me about what happened or this matter at all?
Yeah, this one's difficult for me. You know, my manager's got some health issues, so he can't be at the store, 24/7. He's already probably working more than I would like him to in the first place. But the cashier deliberately disobeyed the company policy, violated the law. What he did was he hit the over 40 button to proceed with the transaction. I reviewed the video myself. He realizes that he's in violation of policy and possibly the law, so then he asks for the ID. Proceeds to scan the ID after the transaction is already approved, so it does virtually nothing. And then he tries to argue with the officer about the register verifying the age, even though he had already gone well beyond that point. So he did make the sale and was confronted by the officer immediately after.
Okay.
We also do have daily, Stephen has conversations with the staff about age-restricted sales because of the prior issue we had in March. And we do have daily forms that this employee had signed off on every day, agreeing that he was going to ID anybody that appeared under the age of 40. So,
Anything else you want to tell me about it?
no, sir.
Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment regarding this matter? Hearing none, we'll close the evidentiary portion of the hearing. I do find that there was a prior offense. I do find a violation occurred here and there was a prior offense. So I do find it to be a second offense. The penalty for a second offense is a 3-day suspension, and a $500 administrative fee. So I'll issue an order that'll contain the dates of the suspension, probably towards the end of April. But you'll get an order in the mail, sort of explaining how that works. So I do thank both of you for coming today.
Thank you.
And we do have one other matter for Holiday Station Store. This is Holiday Station Store number 454. So we have Mr. Schultes remaining on behalf of the stores, or both these stores, I guess. And your name?
Deidre Zephyr,
And can you spell your last name for me?
Zephier.
Got it. And what's your position with this particular store?
I'm the store manager.
And Mr. Wisher, what can you tell me about the notice that was provided in this case?
I have the certified mail receipt. It looks like it was received, but it's not dated, and the UPS tracking is unstamped as well. So I can't confirm what date that was sent on based off the information I have, but perhaps they'd be able to clarify.
So did you received a copy of the notice?
Yes.
I don't believe our office received a copy of the notice, but I did see the copy for store 124, and it had store 454
Okay.
in the agenda, so that's how we knew it was going on.
It looks like it was signed. I don't know if that's your signature or not, sir, but. In any event, it does appear that notice was provided, and it was provided at least 15 days prior to today's hearing. So again, the allegation here is to sell of tobacco products to a minor. On behalf of the store, are you prepared to admit or deny this particular allegation?
Admit.
And this particular store is licensed to sell tobacco products by the state of North Dakota
Correct.
and sells tobacco products within the city of Fargo?
Correct.
So, Mr. Wisher, what can you tell me about this violation?
On February 13th, 2023, a compliance check was conducted on the holiday location of 1020 19th Avenue North, Fargo, North Dakota. The person under the age of 21 entered the store, asked for tobacco compliance, or asked for a tobacco product. The clerk scanned the ID and said, "You're not 21, but I got you," and continued to sell her tobacco products.
And are you aware of any prior violations?
No, Your Honor, this is a first offense.
So on behalf of the store, are you agreeing with the city's statement of the facts here?
This is the first we've heard about the comments that were made, but I can confirm on video, the register does inform him that she's not of age. He voids out the transaction, starts a new transaction, and puts in a fake date of birth to bypass it.
Anything else you want to tell me regarding regarding what happened on this one?
We weren't aware of anything prior to this, of any situation occurring like that, so we were extremely frustrated to find out that, even though we have those safeguards in place, they were ignored by the employees, so he was terminated immediately.
Anything else you wish to tell me regarding this matter?
No, sir.
Is there any other member of the public that wishes to comment regarding this matter? Hearing none, we'll close the evidentiary portion of the hearing. Based on what I've heard today, I do find that there was a violation. I do find it to be a first offense. The penalty for a first offense is a $500 administrative fee, and the store's license would be put into a probationary period for a period of 12 months from the date of the offense. So we'll get a written order explaining that as well. So I do thank both of you for coming today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And the last one here is Family Dollar number 5753. I don't see anyone on behalf of the store, but we will conduct the public hearing in any event. I do have a copy in my file of the return receipt for the notice that was provided. Looks like that was provided at least 15 days prior to today's hearing. So I do find valid notice was provided. Mr. Wisher, is it your understanding that this particular Family Dollar store is licensed to sell tobacco products by the state of North Dakota
Yes.
and sells tobacco products within the city of Fargo?
Yes.
What can you tell me about this alleged violation?
On February 13th, 2023, a tobacco compliance check occurred at Family Dollar located at, 2820 Broadway Drive North, Fargo, North Dakota. The person under the age of 21 entered the store. The clerk asked for the person's birthday, did not ask to view or scan the ID. The clerk then provided the individual with tobacco products.
And Mr. Wisher, are you aware of any prior violations?
Yes, the city alleges that this is a second offense or the first offense within the probationary period, with the prior occurring in March 2nd, 2022.
Anything else, Mr. Wisher?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment regarding this matter? Hearing none, we will close the evidentiary portion of the hearing. I do make the following findings today. I do find that this is a second offense. I do find a violation occurred. It is a second offense, and so the court will issue an notice with the suspension dates on that, and we'll provide that to the business. So that concludes all the matters that we have here today, so we'll go off the record. Thank you.